the goal they set isn't concrete enough or something? Like it doesn't motivate them enough?
Hey, it's Walter here, and you're at the Think Profit podcast, where we're going to help you develop a rock-solid trading confidence and avoid the potentially endless cycle of system switching. Right, Hugh?
That's right. We're going to help you develop a wealth mindset, develop a trading strategy that fits your core personality, and help you overcome the obstacles that stop over 90% of traders.
All right, Hugh, sounds good. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's do this.
Hey, Walter, how important do you think the big why is? Your big why of trading, why you want to do it? Do you think it's necessary, or do you think it's kind of optional?
Like why you want to trade? Yeah. For me, I think it's more like you just kind of know. Anyone was the first time you took a trade or the first time you saw people trading and you just knew you wanted to be a part of that, you know? I have a friend in England and he was kind of like that, you know, like he ended up getting a job where he saw the traders in the trading room and he saw what they're doing. He's like, I want to be a part of that. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's like maybe the first time you see someone do a sport or whatever. Like I remember the first time when I was a kid, I saw some kids surfing and they were like my age, you know, but they were having fun and it just looked like something I really wanted to do, you know? So sometimes I think you're just kind of drawn to it. Like, it's just like, you want to do it. Like, it just makes sense. But I think maybe what you're talking about is a little bit more of like building on a foundation of, could be wrong, but like building on a foundation of sort of like, who's that guy that wrote the book, The 7 Highly Effective Habits or whatever, the guy in Utah, Stephen Covey. Yeah. Like he has that company, Franklin Covey, right? Where you get these planners, and maybe people have done the course. I've done the course. You get these Franklin Covey planners. It's just a planner, right? It's just like a diary. And I'm sure they're all electronic now. So I did this back in the 90s, right? So this is a while ago. Like you take the course and they tell you how to use the planners, right? To be efficient and have your life. But they start with like the foundation. Okay, this is who I am. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is what I'm trying to do. And I understand that. Like that is a real thing. Like if you look at team sports, the teams that don't have the leadership, like the coaches, the managers, or whoever is the boss in that situation, if they don't have like a real consistent, almost like theme or reason what we're trying to do here as a team, if they don't have that, you can tell those teams right away because they suck. You know what I mean? They don't win. The ones that win, there's a leader somewhere in there, whether it's the coach or the manager, whoever, you know. I think in baseball they have a manager, right? I don't want to get this wrong, but yeah. Whereas in a lot of sports, it's the head coach, and he or she defines what the culture is. This is why we do what we do. This is how we look at, this is what it means to be on our team. This is what it means to do what we do, sort of thing. And so that can be a very powerful thing. So for traders, you might just say, look, I'm just trying to build up my trading account so that my family can live comfortably and I can retire and take care of my kids and my grandkids. Or it could be, I'm doing this because I want to have more freedom in my life. I want to get away from the job that I have to have right now. Like that job that I have right now, I want to get out of that. I need something more. I know that, in my life, I'm meant to do more than just, sit at this desk and look at Excel spreadsheets all day or whatever, whatever your job, or like make salads at, the local salad restaurant, or, you know what I mean? Like, or sushi or whatever it is. So that can be a thing too, where it's like a motivating factor, but I do think that sometimes people are you just know. It's like that first time when you meet someone and okay, that's going to be my wife, or, you know what I mean? That's going to be my job. You just know that's what I want to do. So it could be as sort of simple as that, or as sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's a wild instinct. You know what I mean? Like you just associate with it, or you can build it out very deliberately. Like what I think you're saying, is that what you're saying? Like you're kind of like building out your goals and sort of like, this is where I want to be. And this is who I am. This is why I do this. This is why I'm spending time doing this. Is that what you mean? I don't.
Yeah, I was thinking of it more in that sense. But yeah, this is an interesting point. From what you've seen, if you could put a percentage on it, like what percentage are those people who say, oh, this is what I was meant to do? And what are the percentage who say, like, this is just an ends to a mean, or a means to an end that I'm trying to do?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I used to overestimate the percentage of traders that like felt like this is what I was born to do. I think it's actually quite small. And I'll tell you why I say that, because when we had our London conference, there was a speaker and he was amazing. He's a really cool guy. He was a bank trader. And I thought that people would be really really wanted to know, you know what I mean, what it was like and the you know what I mean, to be behind the trenches as a bank Forex trader and stuff. And you know what? It wasn't as into it. I mean, there were a few people that were super into it and really wanted to know what it was like. But a lot of people, I could tell, they were just traders just as a means to an end, you know? That's when it really drove home for me, actually, was at our conference when we did that. And I'm not knocking him at all. He's a great guy. He did an awesome talk. It was really interesting to hear about the LIBOR scandal and all that stuff. But it was interesting to me to see the reactions and like the feedback we got from people. You know what I mean? Is they thought it was a really good talk, but they never wanted to be a bank trader. You know what I mean? That's what they said. They said it was really cool, and I loved hearing about it, but that's not me. You know what I mean? And so you could tell that their motivation was really freedom, wasn't it? It wasn't that it was the motivation to be a trader, right? Because if you think about it, almost like the pinnacle of being a trader would be either a trader at a bank or like a hedge fund, I guess. I guess it would be hedge fund, like a massive hedge fund where you're like the star trader. That would be like the pinnacle, I guess, you know? But for a lot of traders, that's not what they want. They just want a means to an end. It's like freedom. It means more time. It means more opportunities, you know, in life. So that was an eye opener for me. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Most of the people I come across are more about the freedom, but it also seems like the goal they set isn't concrete enough or something. Like it doesn't motivate them enough. I don't know. It's kind of tough to put your finger on. So I was wondering if you saw anything like that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. I think it's kind of, and that's why they give up so easily. So what you're saying is like, they're kind of like, well, let's see, what can I do? I could do trading. Let's see if that works, you know, or I could like flip some houses, or, you know, I could do like an internet business where I sell stuff on Amazon. You know what I mean? It's like they have these different options, things to do, or I could do options. I could trade options. I could trade crypto. Like, you know, they have these different ideas about what they can do. Trading is just kind of one of the ones that they're going to try along the way. So it's definitely not that they feel like they're built to be a trader or born to be a trader. It's just like, okay, this is something I'm going to try and see how it goes. You know, so they're not exactly married to the idea that has to work. And the traders that say like in their head, I got to make this work, those are the ones that generally make it work. The ones that say, I'm going to try this for a while, and if I can't get it to go in the next year or so, I'll just do real estate or, you know, something like that. So that, I think you're absolutely right. I think there's a lot of that going on where it's just, they're not really focused on the goal of succeeding as a trader. They just want something kind of easy or quick. They don't want to trade time for money. So they've got to do something that's not trading time for money, essentially. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Walter.
Thanks.
All information in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and is not trading or investment advice.